There are 33 muscles in the face, of which have nothing to do with, interacting with the world around you. Their sole purpose is to create emotional expression and reveal to the people around you what it is you're thinking and what it is you're feeling.
With the tools in this book, you will get the job you want, make more sales, get the mate of your dreams, create stronger bonds in your relationships, and understand the people around you.
This book will change the way you look at every human face. I can tell you the first thing that always comes up when we talk about body language and facial expressions is lying. What lying is about is being able to recognize that the real emotion on their face does not fit the situation. One of my favorite statements that people make is when they've either told a story or topics come up and they say, "I don't know how I feel about that." And the first thing I think to myself is like, but I do. I know how you feel about that because I saw it all over your face. Body language and attraction, two concepts that kind of go hand in hand all the time. The little tricks about pupil dilation and leaning, those can teach you about attraction, but not likability. To know if someone really enjoys your company and wants to be around you. For that, you need to be able to read genuine emotion. And this book really deals with relationships, particularly as they build towards arguments and in the arguments themselves. I mean, the argument doesn't just start there. An argument doesn't just happen. There's a series of events that lead up to an argument. The world-leading experts on marital and family therapy, John Gottman, identifies a very key emotion, which is contempt in relationships, and can basically give you a timeline of when that relationship will end or that marriage will end. It's very important to realize that when contempt is being expressed by your partner, you've crossed a line emotionally. This book will give you the ability to better understand how your partner feels and react to those emotions, giving you the opportunity to strengthen your relationship and have a happier life together. I think it's interesting that when people talk about body language, they always want to go to the body. What are the hands doing, the arms, spatial differences, different things like that. And for a long time, people tended to neglect the face. The work of Tompkinson and Ekman and some of these other incredible scientists has really helped us realize that, if you want to read someone's emotions, if you want to read what's going on in their mind, you go to the face first. Law enforcement and detectives, this book will help you to read facial expressions better, to read people, to be able to detect lies and solve crimes and better serve your community. Actors, you will be able to give powerful and believable performances that will distinguish you from other actors and project your careers. I was speaking with a well-known actress, and we were going over some of the points of my book. As she stood next to me side by side in the mirror and began to show her that expression, the one we were doing was actually sadness. She says, "Oh, I feel bad for you." Because of that empathic reaction to a genuine emotional expression, we feel it. We see a sad expression, we feel bad, but only if it's genuine. And after I worked with this actress for some time, she turned to me and said, "This is better than an acting class. They've never taught me this. They've never shown me what my face should look like. I've always just had to kind of make it up on my own." I had a conversation with an artist the other day, and in that conversation we were talking about emotions and my book. And the topic of raw emotion and social emotion came up, and he wanted to be able to paint and to draw people in a way that expressed the emotions he wanted. And the fact that universal emotional expressions exist and can trigger those emotional reactions in the people around us gave him this incredible tool to use in his work. The sales of a company, whether it be the retail floor or people giving business proposals for larger projects, can be boosted as much as 30% through the use of a genuine expression of joy. When I was writing the book, one of the groups of people that I really wanted to help was people who deal with business relationships. As anyone knows, whenever you're presenting a project or an idea to a group of people, it's really not about what you're presenting, it's about how you present it. Anything is interesting if you present it in the right way, and anything can be interesting to anyone if you present it in the right way. We decided to go with audio because we wanted to give people the opportunity to observe the faces of the people around them as they were taking in the information.
And this is a great product for people who enjoy modern television series like Lie to Me and Criminal Minds that focus on body language and facial expressions.
In the past probably 3-4 years, we've seen a lot of surgence in television shows that focus on body language. CSI bring in body language experts. We've had Criminal Minds discuss it. There was The Mentalist, and of course the big one is Lie to Me. The interesting thing about these television shows is that people are watching them because they want to learn to read body language better. They want to learn how to, understand what the meaning of a specific emotion is and be able to read that in the people around them. And this book is here to walk people through that. And what are some of the myths that develop in body language that are fed to us through media and television, even television shows that are, claiming to educate us on body language. And this book will teach you what is genuine. And that's how most of us read emotional expression. We read it based on the situation we're in and the context, which is what makes reading lies difficult, because when you're dependent on the situation, you always think the person's face matches the situation because that's what you're using to read emotion.
The climax in any movie is dependent on emotional connection. If you don't feel what they feel, then you don't care what happens.
That's why you know what a scene is about before you even see an actor. Because you hear the music, you know how they want you to feel. We watch people around us, and they catch our interest when they start to do something odd or funny, or when they start to be very expressive.
And this book gives you so much insight into that activity. You can sit in the park, restaurant, or on campus, and you can read what people are feeling. Now, one of the great companions to this book is the ever-expanding image library. Now, Joseph has taken the time to select hundreds of images and highlights the specific expressions for you as a reference guide. Now, the blog is a great asset. Joseph goes over new movies and popular TV series and isolates genuine and false expressions.
If you download the book from the Language of Emotion website, not only is it cheaper, but you get the chapter art as well, which allows you to view the expression on your iPod while you're listening.
I guess it goes back to my fascination with body language. I've really been curious about body language my entire life. What are people not saying and different things like that. But everything had been kind of vague as to its meaning. It could be, a power dynamic. It could be an attraction thing. When I came across the genuine, universal facial expressions, things were more definite. There was a very specific expression that communicated a very specific emotion.
Well, if you've ever wanted to read your boss or your wife, even your children, this book allows you to do it accurately.
Your face is that canvas. Every emotion that runs through your body will express itself in the way you breathe, the temperature of your skin, the speed of your heart, and the expression of your face.